What?
Yeah, it was. It's been a long, I don't know, week and how many hours. I've been counting down the hours. So, it never gets old. That's the number one thing, and I'm really, really proud of our players and for where they were, a short time ago to being a part of something so special is amazing. And I've said many times, my assistant coaches have done an amazing job of keeping the faith and keep grinding, and it's a great story. We challenged our players to write their own story down the stretch, and they did. And when you see your name come up, it's impressive. We're on a group of people that I think in the last 10 or 11 years, there's only just 13 teams that have been in the tournament as many times as Iowa State, and that's the big thing for me. Is it obviously it's big for our program and our players, but it's great for our university. Anytime Iowa State's on a national stage, that's a great thing, and with what the guys are doing. So it was a fun day. It was fun to do it at my house, and looking forward to it. It's fun now it's great to be tired and working this time of year. So I'd rather do this than recruiting. So we're ready to go back to work.
You mentioned the last week and a half. How much did you think about it? How much did you try to take your mind off of, whatever was going to be the outcome?
I never took my mind off it as much as I tried. It's all consuming to me. I mean, besides Christmas, this is the biggest day of the year for me. And it's on our practice plan, at the bottom of our practice plan, March 13, 2017. That's why we do what we do. It's why you practice, it's why you work. And I was really, I didn't know what was going to happen. No one does. I mean, anyone who thinks they know for sure is probably not accurate when you're on the bubble. And I think we opened the season on the bubble. And it's kind of one of those deals. But I really felt like this team, the last part of the season, really earned it. And you wanted to see them rewarded for their effort. And so you just don't know. I mean, I'm crunching numbers. I'm watching, games that I never would have watched. And my staff laughs at me all the time. And I'm sending them pictures. I went out to see our son Steven play in the Big Sky tournament, and I'm sitting in the stands with my notepad and writing stuff down, and everyone was making fun of me, but that's okay. I think they thought I was counting cards or something. But this is really important, and I think you want to see your players rewarded for their effort, and we're lucky and excited and honored to be a part of it.
Know much about Syracuse?
The only thing we know is, they were in the national championship game last year, and they shoot the three like crazy, and they play a lot of zone. And so I don't think they've changed. We haven't seen them. I haven't seen them one time all year, but very senior dominated team. I know their point guard is on the list for the point guard of the year. But I know they've done a good job there, and certainly, like I said, they have national championship Final Four pedigree. So we're going to have to look at it. Obviously, we've already started. That's the thing about my staff. I mean, the weird part is it comes up on the board. I mean, luckily we got our kids downstairs. We were eating at our house, and luckily I said, "Hey, let's go downstairs just in case." And it popped up, and I turn around and half my staff's gone. They're already out here working. So. We'll go upstairs here and get it going, but I think the biggest thing is a lot of zone, a lot of threes, and we'll kind of go from there.
Does it make you excited or nervous knowing that you get past that first game, you've got a pretty big giant there in looming?
I don't want to be a Belichick, and we're on to Cincinnati or whatever he said that night, but I told the players, and if they don't want to comment, it's my fault. We're not talking about it. We're not thinking about it. We got our hands full with Syracuse, so I'm not trying to be rude. I know you guys have a job to do, but and I told them if anybody mentions it, they're going to be in trouble. So when you're playing a team that was in the national championship game last year, we got enough to worry about. So we're going to focus on Syracuse.
Probably be in front of a pretty good crowd there in Storrs. Look forward to that.
Ironically, when I was the head coach at Toledo, we played UConn, and it was their first year to go to the Final Four. We lost 81-80, and they went to the Final Four that year. And Storrs is, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but they love women's basketball. I remember pulling the bus up, and it was snowing, and I'm like, what are all these people doing waiting in line? Well, they're waiting to get in the game. So obviously it's a great environment. It's the, what Gino's done in women's basketball, and hopefully it'll be a great crowd, a great environment. And, Albany's close, and, Emily Durr's family will be close, so we'll get a few folks there. And I think Bridget's family obviously will be coming, so it'll be fun for our kids. I mean, when you go to the NCAA tournament, you want to play in that kind of environment. And there's some, places that host that they don't draw very well. That's just the nature of it. But, when you go to the NCAA tournament, you want to be in that kind of situation, and our kids are going to experience maybe one of the best situations in the country, and that'll be fun for them.
You guys kind of burned the midnight oil tonight, getting prep for this one.
Yeah, it'll be a late night, and but like I said, that's the fun part. That's that's what we'll do, and the good thing is probably for us, got a little extra time. We don't play till Saturday, so we need to get our game plan organized, and we'll probably leave on Thursday. We're working really hard to make sure we leave so we can get out there to watch the guys. So it's funny when you talk to the travel people and they're like, why is that such a big deal? Well, here it is a big deal. So we're trying to figure that out and work our way backwards. And then somebody said they're having a snowstorm out east, so I don't know. But yeah, we'll be working late trying to figure out some stuff. Luckily our kids are on spring break, so they can rest up and sleep in tomorrow. And we'll practice tomorrow afternoon and start to get things together. But hopefully we can get 2 good days of practice in.